What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. I just want to say thank you guys and girls so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you could do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. It helps out the video more than you'll know. Also, leave a comment. That also helps out very much. Really appreciate you guys watching the videos lately. It means the world to me, so thank you so much. I always like to hear your opinion on these things. Big shout outs online. Big Blue Sports were hanging out with me last night discussing the mess that is the New York Giants. Really appreciate that. I had a lot of fun chopping it up with him, as I always do. I want to talk about Jason Garrett in this video. You know, everybody's favorite person to hate on the New York Giants. Everybody, all the blame going on Jason Garrett. And Jason Garrett certainly deserves quite a bit of blame for what the New York Giants are. But do you really think that Jason Garrett is the entire reason the offense has failed? Do you really think that replacing Jason Garrett at this juncture in the season is going to make it better? Now, I've always been a guy that says stats can be skewed. People talk about how good Daniel Jones was under Pat Shurmur. And yes, he threw 24 touchdowns his rookie season in 12 games, which is very impressive. If he played a full season, he was on pace to break Baker Mayfield's rookie passing record, rookie touchdown passing record. I think Baker Mayfield had 28 the year before. So he could have done that. No doubt about it. But in the 12 games, let's break them down a little bit more, okay? 13 touchdowns that he threw. 13 of his 24 touchdowns were in 3 games. He lost 2 of them when we beat Washington in overtime. He threw 4 against the Lions. He threw 4 against the Jets. I was there for that game. He threw 5 against Washington. He had 13 touchdowns and no interceptions in 3 games, which means in the rest of his 9 games that he played, he threw a total of 11 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. So he was good once every 4 games is what that equates to. Now, I'm not saying that Daniel Jones would not be in a better predicament if maybe they kept Pat Shurmur. We'll never know. But what I'm saying is, yeah, he's shown flashes of being really good under Shurmur, and he showed flashes of being a rookie and in that he doesn't go through progressions and he made rookie mistakes. And let's be honest, he still kind of makes those mistakes. But if you're sitting there saying to yourself, hey, he's played a lot better this year, well, I don't know how you can blame Jason Garrett for that. If you think Daniel Jones is playing better, if you think that Daniel Jones is continuing to regress, then you could probably say it's Garrett's fault. But as Tim says, and I know he's mentioned this before, and it's a fact, and I know that I've mentioned it as well, it's not like Jason Garrett is coming up with this game plan on his own. It's not like this isn't okayed by Joe Judge. Yeah, Jason Garrett's calling the plays, but there's no doubt this isn't just Jason Garrett going in and Joe Judge knows nothing about it. The conservative nature of this offense is Joe Judge. Look at it, guys. I mean, look no further than look no further than Sunday's game. 4th and 3 from the Atlanta 39. What do? We punted. Didn't try to win there. Didn't try to go for it. It's 2021, man. A lot of teams go for it on 4th down. You play to win now. You're ultra aggressive offensively. That's not Joe Judge's philosophy. Joe Judge makes that decision. Jason Garrett doesn't. So no matter who the offensive coordinator is, whether you promote from within, whether you go outside the organization, however you do it, it still has to be okayed by Joe Judge. The offensive game plan is still going to be dictated by Joe Judge. So I understand that Jason Garrett, you could say he's not creative and he's this and he's that, but the fact of the matter is the conservative one here is Joe Judge. So, you know, I don't know how much blame you want to put on Jason Garrett saying he's not creative, and I've talked about this before. I don't know. How do we know what Jason Garrett's calling? How do we know the first read, or if Daniel Jones' first read isn't there, or if he misses somebody down the field? Or how do we know what Jason Garrett's calling? How do we know Jason Garrett's not calling something ultra aggressive in the passing game? Yeah, now granted, you can see that, okay, he's running off guard again, or he's running up the middle, he's running a draw, he's not running an exotic flea flicker pass, or, you know, a double reverse, or an end around jet sweeps. I get that. That we can tell he's not doing, okay? But again, a lot of this is dictated by Joe Judge. And if Joe Judge is conservative, how many of those plays is he going to allow Jason Garrett to go through with? Hey, let's run a double reverse flea flicker back to Daniel Jones and throw the ball down the field 50 yards to Kenny Golladay. You know, is that really in the playbook? Is Joe Judge going to okay that? And the other thing is, to me, when I see that they're not going for it on 4th and 3 from 39, it tells me that they don't have confidence in their offense. And I think that's a coaching problem in general, not so much a Jason Garrett problem solo. I think that that's an entire coaching thing. You know, the entire coaching staff, or not, Patrick Graham has nothing to do with that, but you get my drift. It's Joe Judge that dictates everything that goes on here. And, you know, to me, I don't know why the Giants continue to do this. I don't know why they don't just throw caution to the wind and become more aggressive. I would like to see more aggressive play calling. I would like to see them go for it on 4th down and short, especially in plus territory. I don't know why they don't do this. But again, I don't know if Jason Garrett's firing would help this offense. And I understand that a lot of Jason Garrett, the hate for Jason Garrett probably comes from the fact that he was part of the Cowboys organization for a long time. I really do believe that, because we didn't hear anything about Mike Shula's got to get the hell out of town. Mike Shula stinks, because remember, like I said, we were very inconsistent in 2018. Yeah, they put up some big numbers in some certain games, but they were also really bad during stretches of 2018. So, you can look at Daniel Jones and you could say, hey, he's playing better, but you also got to take into consideration that Washington's defense certainly isn't as good as we thought it was. I mean, Josh Allen just put 5 touchdowns up on them Sunday, and then Denver, stats can be skewed. Just like I said, Daniel Jones didn't really play well against Denver, and he kind of got those cheap stats at the end of the game, just like Jalen Hurts did against Dallas. So you look at Jalen Hurts's, and this isn't a Jalen Hurts video, but you look at Jalen Hurts' statistics against Dallas, and you go, wow, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played well. But if you watch the game, he didn't play well until the game was out of hand and he got those statistics. That's why fantasy football is great. This is why I always say statistics are for fantasy football. And they tell half the story because they don't always tell you how good or bad a quarterback played. So, again, I'm not saying that Jason Garrett doesn't have a hand in the Giants' offensive struggles, but what I'm saying is I don't know if replacing him fixes anything, especially at this juncture in the season. They're not going to fire him now. Joe Judge can say, yeah, I'm going to stick with him calling the plays. But again, it doesn't really matter who Joe Judge has calling the plays because it all goes through Joe Judge. So it doesn't matter. And I mentioned this before earlier in the season about the Giants having so many coaches. And I talked with Chris about this on one of the Talking Giants shows. I don't remember what it was, and said, do we have too many coaches? Sometimes too many chefs spoil the pot. You look at Joe Gibbs when he went back to Washington in the early 2000s. They had like 40 assistant coaches or something. It's true. Sometimes, man, too much is not good. Sometimes bigger isn't better. And I think that there might be just too many minds here with the New York Giants offense. I mean, thin it out a little bit. They really need all these coaches? You have all these different ideas. Do we really need all of that there? Can't we narrow the field down a little bit with all the coaches? Do we really need all these voices in the players' heads? Probably not. I mean, maybe that gets them a little bit confused. Maybe there's one guy's telling them one thing, another guy's telling them another thing. Like, what am I supposed to do out here? But, whatever. That's really neither here nor there. But my point is, I don't know that firing Jason Garrett makes any difference. I understand that it would probably make Giants fans happy because we feel as an organization, or as a fan base, rather, I should say, we've been really bad for years. You want somebody fired. You want to feel a satisfaction of, yes, we fired somebody. It's about damn time, making a statement. And I understand that Jason Garrett, because, again, more than anything, I believe it's because of his ties with the Dallas Cowboys that everyone's like, I want Garrett out of here. Garrett's got to go. And if Garrett goes, that's fine. But my point is, in the entire video, I don't know how much that would improve the offense. It may improve it. It may not. But I don't think it would improve it a ton because, again, I don't think Jason Garrett's solely to blame for everything that's going bad with the New York Giants offense. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. If you haven't done so, please like, please subscribe, and of course, leave your opinion below. I always love reading all the opinions. I do read all the comments, guys. I just haven't been going through and hitting the heart on everything, but I do read all the comments. So thank you so much for commenting. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Bad Diggity Dizzle. Gone. Peace.